To add a blur effect in CapCut, open the app and select the video or photo you want to edit. Once your media is loaded, navigate to the editing interface where you can access various tools and effects. CapCut offers multiple blur effects that can be applied to your video or photo, including a simple blur, a mosaic blur, and a portrait blur. To access these effects, tap on the effects icon, which is usually represented by a magic wand or a sparkle. From the effects menu, browse through the different categories until you find the blur effects section. CapCut often updates its effects library, so the exact location may vary, but the blur effects are usually found under the adjustment or beauty section. Once you have located the blur effects, select the one that suits your needs. For instance, if you want to blur the background of a portrait, use the portrait blur effect. If you want to blur a specific object or area, use the mosaic blur effect. After selecting the blur effect, adjust the intensity and area of the blur to your liking. You can usually do this by dragging a slider or drawing on the screen to specify the area you want to blur. If you want to apply the blur effect to a specific part of the video, you can use the split tool to divide the video into sections and apply the blur effect to each section separately. This gives you more control over the editing process and allows you to create complex effects. When applying the blur effect, be mindful of the overall aesthetic you want to achieve. A subtle blur can add depth to your video or photo, while an overused blur can make it look low quality. Finally, once you have applied the blur effect, preview your video or photo to ensure it meets your requirements. If necessary, make adjustments to the blur effect until you are satisfied with the result. By following these steps, you can effectively add a blur effect in CapCut and enhance the visual appeal of your videos and photos. Remember to experiment with different blur effects and adjustment options to achieve the desired look for your project.